Balance tasks, where the body's center of pressure must be voluntarily moved under accuracy constraints, represent functional balance tests that can be characterized by specific components of dynamic balance. Shape tracking tests represent one group of such tests, which enable testing of active control of the body's equilibrium. In addition to biomechanical factors such as support surface size and the individual's anthropometric dimensions, intact and effective sensory motor control has a major role in these motor tasks. Balance is analyzed by quantification of the pretentiousness of center of pressure movement according to a predefined shape or line. Before entering the shape tracking test module, make sure that the weights and limits of stability for the measured subjects have been acquired. Enter the Shape Tracking Test module from the main window by clicking on the Shape Tracking button. As with the organization of all the MARS test modules, the interface is divided into a left setup panel, right analysis panel, a bottom measurement panel, and the central signals and results area. Before entering the left setup panel, make sure the subject is oriented correctly according to the force plate position. If not, correct the force plate orientation in the right analysis panel. Afterwards, appropriate input parameters must be determined in the setup panel. These are stance position, where you can choose among parallel stance, semi-tandem stance, tandem stance, single leg stance on the left leg, or single leg stance on the right leg. Then determine the length of the task in seconds under the Duration drop-down menu. For dual tasks during measurement, you can choose among without an additional task, an additional mental task,
297, 294, 291, 288, 285.
or an additional motor task. Under the Direction drop-down menu, the orientation of movement is set. You can choose between mediolateral and anterior-posterior direction of the COP movement. The shape of tracking can be set under the Shape drop-down menu, where you can choose among front horizontal line, back horizontal line, middle horizontal line, left vertical line, right vertical line, middle vertical line, diagonal line 1, diagonal line 2, circle, rectangle, front cross, diagonal cross. The direction of tracking is selected under the Tracking Direction drop-down menu, where you can choose between clockwise and counterclockwise. The position of the upper extremities can be defined by hands positioned on the hips, hands free, hands across the chest, or hands behind the neck. To define the footwear, you can choose among barefoot, running shoes, walking shoes, or high heels. To start with the measurement, click on New Measurement. After launching the test module and clicking the New Measurement button, initialization and offset takes place. During this time, the subject should not be on the force plate. If necessary, the measuring mode can be cancelled by pressing the Cancel button. Before starting with the measurement, the subject must assume an appropriate initial position, which is defined with the input parameters. The subject's focus should be directed towards the computer screen. The goal of the task is to move the center of pressure as accurately as possible over the selected shape. Initiate the measurement by pressing Start. If the subject loses balance or changes a previously defined posture, the measurement needs to be repeated. The measurement stops automatically after the defined period. It can also be stopped manually by pressing the Stop button in the lower panel. The measurement can be repeated by clicking the New Measurement button and not saving the previous repetition. If you are satisfied with the measurement, you can save it. The central window displays the COP measured by the force plate. If the settings for the analysis were changed after the measurement was completed, you can reanalyze the data by clicking on Analyze. The ground reaction force signal can be viewed under the Signals tab. The data from the analysis can be viewed under the Results Table tab. A more thorough description of the parameters can be accessed by right-clicking on the parameter's name. The options for displaying specific sets of parameters can be assessed in the Parameters View menu in the right panel. For more information on this topic, please refer to tutorial number 7.